Hot Ones have figured out how to send wings and sauce in the mail, and they are continuing to produce hot questions and even hotter wings. A fan on Instagram tossed me a link to Eric Andre's recent appearance, and he mentioned a drink he invented that I just couldn't resist giving a try to, so let's do it. Today on How to Drink, we're going to make Eric Andre's Yellow No. 2. With an internet betwixt them, Sean Evans and Eric Andre have sat down for a revisit on their previous, now famous, maybe it's infamous interview.
Come on! Go! Get some, baby!
And as a result, I've learned a few things about Eric. One, that guy's got some seriously amazing plants. I am very envious of his lush indoor tropical garden. These are home goals for me. That is exactly what I want. And two, he's mixing and inventing drinks.
If you're not fresh squeezing that lime right before you make that drink, get the fuck out my face.
Sean probed him about a creation he was proud of, asked him, "Whoa, can you name me a drink that you made that you really like?" And Eric gave a spec for a recipe he calls
Yellow No. 2.
Yellow No. 2, which I'm actually not sure if there is or isn't a scatological joke in there, so I'm gonna just go with yes. Anyway, the recipe he gave was interesting, and I wanted to try it out, and then my next thought was I should try that on camera. That'll be good content, as they say. So that is what I am doing now. We're going to try out his Yellow No. 2 for the first time. His recipe calls for mezcal, yellow chartreuse, simple syrup, lemon, salt, and a shishito pepper. And very importantly, yellow pepper juice. Now, I've never heard of yellow pepper juice, but he said it so nonchalantly, I figured it must be some very common thing, and a quick Google would clue me in. And I didn't find anything super conclusive, but it does look like yellow pepper juice is a really common ingredient in these juice cleanses that some people are into. I'm going to assume it's just like an LA thing, and that it went over my head.
What are you doing here?
So yes, it is just juiced yellow bell peppers, and there's no really mystery there at all. So I got some yellow bell peppers, tossed them in my juicer, and bottled the result. Here it is. You wanna know what it tastes like? Let's give it a little swiggy do. It's really sweet. It's actually really, really nice. Like, I actually like this a lot. And I'm not like a bell pepper fan. If you made this into like a soft drink, I think people would enjoy this. It is a relatively sweet, fresh tasting. Maybe I would say it's like borderline grassy. But grassy can imply other things, like more vegetal. I think it's probably some of those same volatile compounds that would result in a grassy taste, but in a different mix. Very, very enjoyable, actually. That's good stuff. Tasty. The other thing we're going to need is a charred shishito pepper for a garnish. You should make these in advance, or if you have a blowtorch, you can do them on the spot. I don't have a kitchen blowtorch anymore because I'm out of fuel for it. Here they are. But what I did was just simply place them on the grill of my gas range and charred them up. You may notice that these are not shishito peppers. I tasted them. They're pretty sweet and fine. They're close enough. I can't get shishito peppers where I'm at for some reason. And so for smoked salt, he didn't mention what brand he was using. And there's a huge variability from one to the next, so I kind of just picked something and went with it. I'm going to put a link in the pinned comment down below. Yeah, this is what I've got. It's Trad Sel de Grande Smoked Coarse Sea Salt. I bought this actually at Fairway back when I lived in the city, and I have had very little use for it. But if I can find a link, I'll put a link to this or something comparable in the pinned comment below. So I'm going to begin this show by rimming this glass with smoked salt. We're going to give it a little rim job. Yes, that's a double entendre, you filthy souls. There's a sticker on here. It's not good for camera. I take this lemon and I will slice it in half because we're going to juice it as well. So there's no reason to like make something useless like a wedge or whatever. I'm going to take my glass and I will half rim this by taking my half lemon and running it over the outside of the lip of the glass where I want my rim to stick. I'm half rimming because I don't know if I'm going to want to have a heavy dose of smoky salt in every sip of this. And this gives me options when I'm enjoying the drink later. Stuff does not want to hang out on this glass. Looks like dirty sand. That's great. Like wet, dirty sand. It doesn't smell like it. It smells delicious. And I did a terrible job of rimming the glass. I will do better in the close-up. That's how that works. I need half an ounce or 15 millimeters. I did that again. I need half an ounce or 15 milliliters of the lemon juice. And so let's put that in here. Oof, that's a heavy lemon. That's a big lemon. That's a big boy for my little juicer. And then I need half an ounce of simple syrup. Mine is 2 to 1. Erik didn't specify, but half an ounce, 15 milliliters simple syrup. Now I need 1.5 ounces of that yellow pepper juice, otherwise known as 45 milliliters. I juiced this and then ran it through a fine sieve a couple of times to make sure there was no pulp in it. I need half an ounce of yellow Chartreuse. Yellow Chartreuse is really, it's high proof stuff, right? This is 43% alcohol by volume, but it is the more mild of the two between this and the green Chartreuse. It's a little bit lower in proof, and sweetened a touch. Generally speaking, I think that they keep it a secret, but the consensus is that it's probably at least some portion honey. And then I need 1.5 ounces of Mezcal. I'm going with Vida Mezcal. That's pretty good stuff. 1.5 ounces of Mezcal. Put some ice into my big cup here. Big cube goes in. I'm gonna crack one. Strain this into the prepared glass. It's a real look. I'm not really sure what the intent is here with this garnish, if you should just drop it in like a floater. Or put a little notch in. I'm gonna try and put a little notch here and get it to sit on the lip of the glass. I think that'll look a little bit better. There you go. That's not bad at all. Yeah, I think possibly it's supposed to look like something floating in the pool. Wow, it's a surprising drink. It's got a little bit of a frothy white head on there from the pepper. This is cool looking, honestly. Kudos, Erik. That's fantastic. Let's find out what it tastes like. The yellow number 2, invented by Erik Andre. Away I go. Boy, that's nice. That is a really surprisingly fresh and bright, sweet type of sour. The sour component is mild. It's got a lot of smoke in it from the smoked pepper, from the smoked salt, and of course from the mezcal. I'm somebody who can find that flavor to be overpowering very easily. As a matter of fact, there's a place near me that does some smoked barbecue chicken, smoked fried chicken. That it's just like, it's too much smoky. It gives me a headache as soon as I bite it. Certain islets can be like an instant headache. This is, it's moderated enough here that I actually find this to be extremely enjoyable. It is like a very lovely springtime, like sweet, but not too sweet, but sweet, like fruit punch, something you might want by the pool with like a kick of smoke in it with a little bit of that salt. Oh man, that's great. It's very tasty, Erik. Yeah, and if you just get like just the right amount of salt in there with a sip, it really kicks it up. It brings something to that. I wonder if you're supposed to like char the shishito right on the glass so it's like still smoking when you drink it. That might have been the trick. With a blowtorch. Unfortunately, I didn't do that right if that's the case, but I can sort of imagine that the effect would be lovely. Easy to drink, as you can see. I am just like ripping through this sucker. It gets very woody. I mean, just like sitting by a campfire. Damn, that's cool. That's really neat. The yellow number 2 from Erik Andre. Thank you so much. Not normally something I do on the show. Saw this on Hot Ones. Saw Erik Andre on it. Big fan. Thought it would be really cool to do this. Maybe there's like other, like this is so cliche and dumb, but maybe it's worth it. Maybe there's other like celebrity drinks that we could explore and do on the show. Maybe there's like a whole little sub-series in that. I don't know. Let me know if you want to see that. And especially if you have any ideas, if you have any suggestions about that, shoot me a comment, shoot me a DM. I would love that. And you can do that in one of my many places, because I'm on Instagram at How to Drink with a number 2 in the middle, and I'm on Twitter with a number 2, a turd right there in the center. I have a Patreon at patreon.com/howtodrink. I've got a Twitch at twitch.tv/Greg from HTD, where I do all kinds of live bar things whenever I can, or behind the scenes things, graphic design things for the show. I play Dungeons and Dragons on there. I think pretty soon we're gonna start playing Cyberpunk on there. And so I hope you'll check out those things. I got a second channel. You know about that? I got a second channel. It's called H2D2, and it's where stuff that you missed that was live will wind up. So if you like the live stuff, you can find it at H2D2. I'll put a link around up in here for that. To Erik Andre, thank you for inventing a tasty drink that is worth knowing. Really good. Come on the show sometime, I guess. It'll just be like Hot Ones. We'll just be on cameras. I don't know what we'll do together. Nothing. You don't want to hang out with me. I'm a loser. Ooh! Ooh, that's salty, salty. I'm supposed to ask you to do all those YouTube-y things, like, subscribe, smash buttons, get in there, ring the bell, all that crap. I don't really care. But if you like the show, there's other episodes you might want to check out. I've done so many other drinks, and I didn't come into this one with a plan about which ones to kick you to, so just look at that one. Ooh, isn't that great? That's a great one. That's a cool one right there. Check that one out. Oh, you like that one? That one. I see you lining that one up. You should click that. That's a good episode right there. Check that out. That's a good one. Yeah, I think I'm going to get into that episode right now.